Jose Riveiro. Coach, just to kickstart things, just a brief summary of the game from your perspective.
There's no much to decode here about the game. It's a difficult game to explain from the scoring perspective. I think the guys' performance tonight was more than enough to get a result that can drive us to the group stage, but for reasons that's still difficult to explain in this moment, straight after the game, we couldn't make it in the 90 minutes, and then in the penalties, well, everything can happen. It's part of the game as well. It's something that we have to do better. We have to dominate as well, and today we couldn't. We start the game with a 1-goal disadvantage, but I think, I don't know what else we need to do. It's difficult to explain that in the last 4 games we scored only 1 goal, and the way we did it today, which is like a rebound or ugly goal, or difficult day. It's not acceptable. Our team is built and prepared to go to the Champions League group stage, so we cannot accept this result and only saying that we were unlucky. It's nobody feel proud in our group about the result and the fact that we are not going to the group stages. We have to accept it, analyze it, but at the same time we have to take responsibility, the coach more than anybody else. And we need to do a proper reflection about our participation in this competition, because obviously it was not good enough.
Coach, lucky with the defeat. Yesterday you did not want to talk about individuals, but today we have to ask Coach. The idea of bringing Richard Ofori into the game, what
I'm sure that you can answer the question yourself, why Richard came to the game in the minute that he came. He came because he's a specialist in the penalties, and that's why. Unfortunately, he couldn't take any of the 5, and that's why Jwaneng is in the next round and we are not. But the reason why Richard came to the field, it's obvious. It doesn't mean that we don't trust in Seapoint, but we thought that in the current circumstances, Richard could give us an extra in that specific moment of the game. He did his best. He was close to take the second penalty, and the situation could be different. You have to play your cards as a coach in different moments of the game, and yeah, proud of the guys during the whole game and also during the penalty round.
Commiserations on the loss, Coach. Kamogelo from Soccer Laduma. Coach, your team has failed to win in all the games that Zakele Lepasa has failed to score. Do you think there's an over-reliance on his goals as far as Orlando Pirates is concerned?
No, it's true. We didn't score in the last 4 games the goals that we should. If we talk about, I couldn't even check the stats today, but I think it's something, or might be something, crazy for sure in terms of attempts and entrances to the box and XGs and all of these modern things that we used to talk. But it's football. This is a scoring game. That's all. It's a scoring game, and we didn't score enough. But the goal is something that don't rely in one player, in one number 9. I think you are a bit anachronic, let's say, if you think in that way. It's like think that the keeper is only there to dive and do a couple of saves nowadays in football. So there's no relation with that, sorry.
Next three questions.
We are in 2023, it's a different story nowadays, football.
Any further questions for the coach?
Coach, I think like you said, the result is unacceptable. But why do you think it was so difficult to beat this team, Coach? Because the levels are not the same. Yeah, even the coach admitted the levels are not the same. And what do you take out of your first experience in the Champions League? What do you learn from this continental football?
If I said what I learned, I will get suspended, probably. So I'll try to keep quiet. I think, like I used to say, that's part of your job, part of your role to talk about the truth of the things, to do deep analysis about a lot of things that happen in the games, but you will not do it. I will not do it as well. It's a difficult competition, let's put it in this way, that I learned that it's a very difficult competition. There's a lot of things that we're supposed to control as a coach, as a coaches, as a football players, but it's difficult. Let's leave it there. It's complicated. And what did you ask me 2 questions in one, or?
Yeah. Is it difficult on the field or off the field?
That's a new one. But I mean, before, did you ask me something else?
Oh, I was asking
Wait,
why
excuse me, can you wait? Microphone, please. Thank you.
I was just asking why it was so difficult to beat this team.
Because it's a scoring game. Football is a scoring game. It's about goals. And they score 1 more penalty than us. It's so simple. You don't have to complicate the things. It's simple. They score 1 more penalty than us, and that's why they won. That's why it was so difficult. If you go to the goal chances, probably we are top of the log tonight in the whole competition, but in terms of goals, we couldn't. We didn't capitalize what we create. And yeah, that's why it's difficult. The other things you can do your job and analyze also. Maybe there's more reasons. But from the coach perspective, again, it's not acceptable that today we finish the game only with 1 goal in our side. And I don't believe in good luck or bad luck. I mean, things happen for a reason. Today we were not good enough. It's a scoring game. You have to put the ball in the net. It's not about, we don't live of almost goals, There's not an account of almost goals. Otherwise we are in the group stage. You understand what I mean? It's about goals. It's about all the chances that you create, make sure that you put in the net, enough. And we didn't today. That's why we lost.
Coach, Lorenzo from the Times. This is, the size of Pirates and the opposition. This is obviously an embarrassing result. Obviously not performance. The performance is just good over the 2 legs. But football's about now momentum and confidence. And is there any concerns going into a cup final now that this group is just perhaps shattered in confidence now?
No, obviously, it's not an easy day. It's not going to be an easy night for anybody. I will not use the words that you are using. For me, it's not embarrassing. I mean, we try our best in Botswana. We didn't get a good result, but still, I think we were not inferior. And today, well, it's a result difficult to accept because not because of the level of the teams. In the end, football is a different story nowadays, and there's a lot of things that can help to make the games more equal. So, like I said in the beginning, the result from my perspective and from our perspective in our group is unacceptable. We don't accept it like something that cannot happen. But not because we didn't try. I mean, I don't think that trust me, the people there inside is not having a good moment right now. And not because they didn't try, it's because we couldn't. We just couldn't. And sometimes happened, and we have to learn from today because it's going to help us in the future for sure as a group. But today is a difficult day. Why? There's no reason to deny it. It is what it is. It's not acceptable. That's it.
Final two questions. Katla Khonemhleng in that order.
Coach, hard luck about the result today. Coach, how do you pick up a young Mofokeng while he took a penalty and is this the one? While other senior players were still on the they would let a youngster like that take a penalty in such a pressure situation. And obviously you deal with the players and you know them better than us. Why was Saleng, did he make it off the bench? Because he's one player that in big games he has delivered for you during your time at Pirates.
We are a very strong group, and we know how to take care of ourselves in these circumstances. So the players are fine, all of them. They are, like I said, they are having a difficult night, and it's going to be a long night. Sleepless. Is it sleepless night for all of us, especially for the coach, because I'm the main responsible. It's my responsibility. They did everything in order to be in the next round, and I couldn't help them enough today to get a better result. But like I said, we are a strong group, and we're gonna take care of each other because we really know what's coming.
Final question.
Thanks, T. Coach, it might be a follow-up, maybe very close to his question, but in the young boy, Mufokeng, are you a coach that blames it on the senior players, that the young player will take the penalty, or you diplomatically say he's one of the groups, of the group?
We are a very strong group with formidable characters inside, personalities, and everybody's going to play an important role from now to make sure that everyone feels, that they're in a safe space, that they will feel protected for the future. And when we win, we do it as a group. When we lose, we do it as a group as well. Sometimes the coach is getting more responsibility, and it's normal. But there's nothing to highlight in terms of individuals tonight.